What's going on YouTube? What's going on Patreon friends? How we all doing today? What's going on with my Angels, man? We got what do we got here? We got some Jackson 5 coming up here. This is another live Angelina Jordan. And this one is coming up on, looks like the video is coming up on 10 years ago, 8 years ago. That's you know, like, it's nuts because she's already like a young prodigy, and then to see like where it all kind of started and comes from, and like I know there's videos of her being younger doing this as well. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. What I wanted to talk about was this beautiful story that my friend Jeffrey J on Patreon sent me. And so this is talking about Angelina Jordan. She's about 10 years old. This is at the Swedish Heroes. They honor everyday heroes, which I'm all about. I get a little bit of a Robin Hood syndrome of myself, if I'm being totally honest. And it looks like Angie's not feeling good. Maybe the cold's got her down a little bit. It is tough, man. Like I could go on and on about how hard it is on a vocalist. Like literally, like the phrase warming up is no joke. Like you need to be warm, right? And like you see singers sometimes, man, like all wrapped up in like scarves and big jackets, and it doesn't look like it's as cold as it needs to be for that, but it's like you got to stay warm, right? You got to stay warm. But Jeffrey, I appreciate this. I read every bit of it. The Prime Minister being there, all kinds of different like kind of big celebrities at the time, or that should be at the event, were at the event. It looks like she's going to truck through this. She's going to put on a show just as we all expect from Angelina Jordan. Let me pull this up. Y'all want to see this? Let me pull this up. I just want to take a second while I'm trying to figure out my computer. What the hell is going on here? To let everyone know that I will be gone. We are flying to DC for a couple Bruno Mars shows, courtesy of one of my best friends, Betty. We're going down to, we fly out tomorrow, or 2 days from now, I guess, and then I'll be back on Sunday. But I'm taping a few of these, and there'll be another one that releases later, and I'll update y'all on the way too. But I just want to let everyone know, if you like this kind of content, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, even if you just want to say hey from wherever you're from. I would love to see it. It really, really helps the channel. And I got all Angelina Jordan's links in my description box as well. And if y'all want to check all of them out, make sure that you've subscribed to them all. It's going to do nothing but help promote her stuff as well, and the algorithm. And one of the big things, if you don't want to support us monetarily, if you don't want to subscribe to the Patreons and stuff, if you like the content, you want to support it, you can just let the video roll all the way to the end, because what that does is it allows the algorithm to say that there's interesting content going on. And I'm going to do my part. I'm going to try to hold everyone up till the end. But one of the big things is when we start using it's over language, people like to dip off, and it does slow the rotation, especially when music videos have fade outs or anything like that, and we skip on to like the next song when they recommend them. So just food for thought. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love and support. I appreciate all the feedback that I get too, man. Like I learned so much from this group. It's so much fun. Angelina Jordan, I'll be there. Sweden 2014. Let's do this.
You and I must make a pact. We must bring salvation back. Where there is love, I'll be there. You and I must make a pact. We must bring salvation back. Where there is love, I'll be there.
And she's wearing she looks great, like with the headpiece. The dress is beautiful, still bare feet, like outdoors, I'm assuming is what's going on here. Like and like, food for thought as well. Like they got to bring all these musicians out, they got to line check, make sure the recording, everything is good, man. Like all that stuff takes time. It's all just logistics. It's expensive and it takes time, and one of the costs is people's health sometimes people get kind of sick. I think Angelina Jordan sounds like she might be fighting something, and that's fine. I think that her voice has so many different characteristics to it that like it still sounds like Angelina Jordan putting on a show, because like you still get all the like nice rasp, like the kind of fry, like I like to say. You still get like a lot of that, like the broken up or the stuttery kind of like vibrato that I have no idea how she does. Like there's a lot of beauty going on here still, man. And like she's handling whatever her situation is, she's handling it very well, man.
I'll be there. I reach out my hand to you.
Nice.
Just call my name, I'll be there.
A fitting song too. So it's about like local heroes, unsung heroes, and they're saying whatever you need, I'll be there. How beautiful and how fitting. Like what a fitting song for Angelina Jordan to sing. I listened to the original before this, and it very well could be like a half step down, and like there's nothing wrong with that. You'd be surprised how often artists jump back and forward just for like situations sometimes, or maybe they're like mixing horns in all of a sudden and they just like want to be in a flat key just for the horn to play a little better. It happens all the time. Most of the bands I listen to, they record a half step down because they knew that they were going to do it eventually. And it's just like sometimes it just resonates nicer with your voices. There's songs where they'll speed it up or slow it down and they don't like re-record it, and it changes the pitch like slightly or like a few cents, and it is what it is, right? Like I think that this is a very nice key for Angelina Jordan. I think she can sit in her like very like heavy weighted like kind of chest voice and like let it like bellow, and like I say, all those nice characteristics of her voice, all those tools are like starting to show, even if she does like I think that like all that's happening, if she does have a cold, it just sounds like the notes sitting in her nose a little bit, which I kind of like the sound of anyways normally, so I'm kind of on board for it. She's doing a great job.
I'll be there.
Wow.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Big note. Two big notes.
Just call my name, I'll be there.
Like I love how she approaches the "I'll be there." Like it sounds like if there was a choir, she would fit right into it. Like it just sounds very almost like operatic, I guess, to fit the mood. I don't know what it is. It's like this tall embouchure, this big tall embouchure, and I love it, man. And like at such a young age, I don't talk about that often enough, man. It's amazing.
Let me fill your heart with joy and laughter. Togetherness, that's all I'm after. Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
These verses are just poetry too.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
See like that I'll be there, but there's like almost like a gap or like a little bit of a separation between it. Like it's so unique. Like I can't think of another artist that does that, and I don't know how she does it so effortlessly. Cause like I'm sitting here and like I'll be there, like.
I'll be there to protect you. But unselfish love, I will spare you. Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
I'm like uncomfortable.
Whenever I'll be there to protect you. But unselfish love.
I like how it breaks up at the end of it too, and it's just like there's like the thing is and I'll speak like in my own experience. There's times where I'll have like a cold or like a head cold or I'll be stuffy or something, but like something happens to your voice where it's like might not be able to hit all the notes I normally can, but there's something cool going on, and like you can kind of find these different like kind of resonant places that you might not normally feel. And I don't know if it's because like maybe like your chest is swelling a little bit, or like you've got a little bit like swelling and you're just like more sensitive or something. I don't know what it is, but there's like certain placements that you can sing and they just feel really good. It's really strange. I don't know how else to describe it, but it looks like she's playing with that a little bit. I would say in the beginning of the verses when like she's doing the bottom parts, it feels like she's playing with something that might like just feel different for the moment or like at the time or something. That's just what my opinion is, like based on body language. If I was in this situation, that's what I think's going on. This whole section here is unreal. Like the grit, the like nasty grit, man. Like it's very emotional, very emotional. And even Angelina looks like she's like in her thoughts a little bit, like kind of like looking off to the stage, kind of not making eye contact. Like the body language is fantastic. It's fantastic.
I'll be there to protect you. But unselfish love, I will spare you. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there.
Great run, man. Great run. She's doing a good job of like hitting the notes she needs to do and still like making sure like she's showing that she's a professional. Like if you were to try to like find like a mistake in it or something, like you'd have to go through with a very 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 fine tooth comb, man. She's doing a really good job of managing whatever her situation is. Like I say, I'm trying to stay a little neutral. I'm not too sure. I wasn't there, that kind of thing. But whatever her situation is, man, she's handling it very well and she's delivering a lot of emotion right now. Like it's making me uncomfortable.
I'll be there. Just call my name. I'll be there. Just call my name. I'll be there.
Got some hidden delays in there too.
Just call my name. I'll be there.
What a gorgeous arrangement too. Let's go through a little bit of this as I So I think the microphone is a good selection. So this is a Beta 58A. I don't know like if they still make the Bs or not. They just call it a Beta 58A. It's just got like it's a little bit of a different polar pattern. So like if she had floor monitors, or if there were multiple floor monitors, which they could be because like there's gonna be rotating artists. Not everyone's gonna have in-ears probably like she does here. You could see in her ears here with the tape, which I'll get to after. But the microphone, like it'll just give you like a better opportunity to not have feedback from like two monitors sitting in front of you. If you just had one, then a regular SM58, the regular microphone has an okay polar pattern for that. They're dynamic. You can yell at them, like you could beat into them. You can't break them. There's a lot of videos about like how they're indestructible. You know, that whole thing. But the Beta makes sense because for a couple of reasons. The first one is probably that there's probably two floor monitors on the floor just to make sure that whoever sings, if Angelina Jordan wanted to sing really quiet, she didn't have her in-ears in, they need to have enough loudspeakers for her to be able to hear herself. And then when the louder the speaker gets, the more the microphone's going to pick up, and then you get this circuit that, or like this flow, and then you get that feedback, that screeching sound you hear at concerts, right? The other thing is that when you get multiple singers, you don't know what their level of mic technique is going to be. Do they know to stay right on the microphone like you need to with a dynamic microphone like an SM58, the counterpart of this microphone? And so this one will be a little bit more forgiving. You can leave the microphone a little bit more and you still get a lot of the pickup. It'll be nice and bright naturally. It's a nice microphone. It's not what Angelina Jordan sings into anymore, and that's probably a good thing. She deserves, you know, just the next tier up. But based on the situation, I think it is a good choice. I think it makes a lot of sense. I also wanted to talk about her in-ears. We've talked about this before. I think like it looks like if it's custom molded, it's just like a really little one. Like mine is just like a standard size. I didn't want to get the custom ones. I couldn't afford it. Not yet. But they fit really nice. Like they come with a whole bunch of different nubs on them. They sit in my ear really nice. They sound amazing. But sometimes when I'm moving around and dancing and stuff, it just moves just ever so slightly, and I might not even notice. But sonically, it changes. You like I lose a little bit of like the low end or something like that, right? So she might just have that too, where she just likes having it like so it's perfect all the time, and then it's like, yeah, there it is, I'm good. And then they just put a little bit of tape on it. It's skin colored. It's a little bit matched, so it like doesn't show up as much. Just this is a really up close shot, but it looks like she's got a lot of support. It looks like they're doing it the best they can to deliver a great performance, or do the performance justice, because like she definitely deserves it, right? So Jeremy, my friend, thank you so much for the request. If y'all like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can check out Angelina Jordan. I put all her links that I got in the description box as well. My Patreon links in the description box as well, if you so please. See everyone again soon.